Hi Shell Point, I'm Dave Nixon, your Shell Point TV manager. And as you can see, today we're here at the Tribby Arts Center because we're starting a new segment called How Shell Point Works. I want to kind of take you behind the scenes and show you some things that maybe you don't know that go on here at the Tribby. We're going to meet a very familiar face, the guy who is the technical arts manager here at the Connie Brown Hall, and he's going to take us behind the scenes, kind of behind the curtain, and show you some things about how they put on shows here every day at the Tribby Arts Center. So come on in and meet Dan Phil Green.
Hey Dave, welcome to the Tribby.
Hey Dan, thanks man. You guys know Dan because he's the co-host of the Shell Point Today show every day. Well, did you know that he's also the technical arts manager here? So Dan, what is a technical arts manager?
Well, I had to take care of all the technical stuff that's behind the scenes, the sound, the lighting, the staging, rigging, all that kind of stuff that goes into making a show in the theater happen.
Can you take us back and show us how you do it?
Absolutely, let's check it all out.
Come on with us.
We're here in the upper booth in the back of the Tribby, which also functions as my little office space. And the first thing that happens when we're going to have a show is we have to decide who are we going to have. And the staff and the Tribby resident committee work together to decide who's going to come. They get invited, some negotiations start, they work out the contract and the money, and I get something that's called a tech writer. And that's a list of all the technical needs that the act is going to require to do their show. They'll send me a stage diagram here of how they want it laid out. Most of what they require we generally have. Sometimes there's something special, like maybe they need a certain kind of keyboard, and we'll have to rent that. Make sure everything is on the stage on the show day that they're going to need. Speaking of the stage, let's go over there right now. First of all, we could never get anything done here at the Tribby without our incredible volunteer team. And we've got a crackerjack team here on the stage, our stage crew. We've got some technical crew, we've got hospitality, we've got the box office, we've got the ushers, an amazing team of volunteers. But here on the stage, we've got a lot of equipment. We've got our own drum set here. There's audio gear that we bring to play, stands, microphones, monitor speakers. And then there's, of course, things like the risers the guys are setting up, chairs, music stands, all of the things you need to put on a musical show. But we have some major gear that's part of the stage proper, such as our orchestra shell, which we deploy for classical productions. So part of the shell, there's the walls, and then there's the ceiling panels. And the ceiling panels you can see here are up top. They actually fly away into storage into our fly tower. We have a complete fly system that will fly those ceiling panels. It flies the screen that's right above us. It also flies bars that we can hang scenery on, backdrops. There's a cyclorama on the back wall that also flies up and down. And our lights that are over the stage are also on light bars that can come down to the deck for easy service and for aiming the lights. Our lights over the stage are on 3 of these flying bars that will come right down to the deck level. Makes it very convenient if we need to change a bulb, if we need to change a filter, if we need to change aiming a little bit. You can tweak the lights standing here. When they're all set, we fly them back up into position. All done. No ladders or lift necessary. Now we have another set of lights out over the audience, and we have another way to get to those. Come on up to the catwalk. Now we're about 50 feet above the floor of the theater, up here on the catwalk system. This catwalk system is amazing. It's all steel, it's very solid, it doesn't shake or wiggle at all. Gives you a lot of confidence when you're way up here and high in the air. And we've got about a couple of dozen more lights up here that are above the audience's heads. And we can control them from below as far as turning them on and dimming them. But if we need to change a filter, if we need to aim the lights, we can do it from here. It's very easy. We can just walk right up to the light and change the aiming if we need to. If we need to drop a filter in or take a filter off, we can do that. So it's so easy. And sometimes, a lot of times, this is a last minute thing, right? Just before showtime, it's like, oh, there's a little dark spot, something we need to tweak. We can run right up here, do the fix, lickety split, no problem. So if you were coming here to perform in the theater, you'd probably arrive back here at the back of the building at the loading dock and come through this door. You might bring your gear through this big overhead door opening. We have this storage pre-staging area back here. And then we have another big overhead door to conveniently bring your gear onto the stage. Now, during the show, there's always the backstage experience, so we're going to take you there right now. Right through the doors here in the shell, we're going to go to the backstage area. We're now in the stage right wing. And one of the really great fun things about the stage right wing is this is where our hospitality team generally has a bunch of goodies set up. And little finger foods and sandwiches, might want to get a drink out of the fridge, everything you need to be ready for your show, except you might need to change your clothes. And for that, we've got a dressing room right in here. We actually have 2 of these dressing rooms, so there can be one for the men, one for the women. And they're very well equipped with everything you need for makeup, for storing clothes. There's a bathroom here, there's a shower, even a clothing steamer to get the wrinkles out of your costume. In this back hallway just off the theater, we have our Walk of Fame. Each one of these posters represents a concert from our first season. It's pretty amazing. There's so many of them, so many great memories, so many great shows. And every one of the groups that have come, actually before Kate will give them their check, they have to sign their names on the poster. So we've got everybody's signature. Pretty cool, huh? Well, let's go on back and see the tech booths at the back of the theater. Here's where we control the lighting from back here in the back. This state-of-the-art lighting control system allows us to preset cues that can be really sophisticated with some fun moves and then execute those with precision during the show. Then moving on to audio, we've got a Yamaha digital, again, state-of-the-art audio board for controlling audio. And then we have a few computers that we use for playing back video and sending graphics to the screen. So all this gear back here, it looks pretty sophisticated. It can run in several different modes. There's kind of the easy mode and the high capability mode. We have some of the shows are done completely by resident volunteers. I get involved with some as a staff person. And then on some of the shows that have really high demands and are more complex, we have some outside freelancers who are kind of our A-team. We bring in the extra horsepower for those shows. But overall, volunteers, staff, and freelancers, we work together as a team, have a great time putting on productions here in Connie Brown Hall. The acoustics of the theater are truly magnificent. The engineers did an amazing job. There are design features such as there's no parallel surfaces. There are beautiful things like this. This is a lovely aesthetic piece here, but it also serves a function. These waves here help improve the acoustics, and all figured out by the engineers. The room is actually really tuned well for classical music, and when we have amplified music, like a pop band, it can be a little much. So they added another feature here, and that's these big curtains that can cover up these surfaces, and there's some up in the balcony on the sidewalls. That dampens things down a bit, keeps the volume a little more under control, so we can actually tune the room.
Well, thank you, Dan. That was awesome.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for taking the time. That behind-the-scenes tour is amazing. I'm sure there are things you just showed us that residents don't even know are going on back there.
There are a lot of moving parts in this place. It really is a magnificent facility. It's so beautiful. It's so capable. We are so fortunate to have it. And we work hard to try to make the experience here the absolute best it can be, because it's all for you, Shell Point.
So Shell Point, now you know, that's how Shell Point works.